Either do something or don't. But stop with the relentless PR campaign. Look what we found. Oh, we're about to have justice, but nothing ever happens. Stop with all of that. And it reminds everybody who voted for Trump to bring justice about the same old Republican business as usual approach where lots of interviews happen, investigations are open, perjurious testimony is given before Congress, strongly worded letters are composed, more interviews on Fox and influencers, podcasts are all given. They just keep rolling on and on and on. And then, drum roll please, blah, blah, blah. Not a blessed thing happens to anyone in the communist deep state. Put up or shut up. It's not there yet, but impatience within MAGA world is certainly approaching the stage of critical mass. Discontent on the rise, as a not insignificant number are starting to voice their aggravation and their irritation at the pace of change, specifically as it relates to the deep state hanging for their crimes. We want blood. As far as the border, deportations, the economy, tariffs, etc., it's all cheers and salutes. Yep, right on, good, and it should be that way. But here's the hitch. While all that is great, and of course it is, MAGA world is pissed that the real issue of the communist deep state is still intact. Things can be good right now, but MAGA knows full well that all of that can simply be swept away with one stolen election again. If the deep state cabal is not behind bars or swinging from the gallows, some say preferably swinging from the gallows, every single accomplishment Trump has achieved in these first 6 months will be very short-lived. It's one thing to achieve change. It's quite a different thing to maintain it. And critical to maintaining change is that deep staters must pay for what they have done, and yet so far, nothing. Look at this post this morning as an example from a MAGA-type guy. Look at this here. Number of arrests. Russia collusion hoax? Nothing. January 6th? Nothing. Mar-a-Lago raid? Nothing. Biden auto pen? Nothing. 2020 election? Nothing. Epstein pedophile arrests? Nothing. COVID? Nothing. Benghazi? Nothing. Doge findings? Nothing. Ukraine impeachment hoax? Nothing. Forget about all the deep state crowd involved in any and all of this being behind bars or being executed for treason, which are the desired outcomes for their crimes. This chart is just about arrests and not one yet for anything. That aggravation is summed up in yet another MAGA X post, which is, shall we say, much more direct. Probably cover your kids' eyes before we show you this one. We're going to post it right here without comment. Pretty much says it all right there. So forgive MAGA world if the frustration levels are mounting, especially in light of two things. One, the constant parade of words, be they social media posts or endless interviews on Fox or leaks to various friendly media types, whatever. Various members of the administration seem to have a giant blind spot when it comes to supporters completely and totally fed up with nothing but words, because nothing ever happens. Ever. Not even arrests. So stop with what more and more feel like are empty promises or over-promising and under-delivering. Just shut up with the tipping of your hand on this latest finding or this newest discovery and just put these bastards in cuffs. And if they can't be arrested because your mouth's got ahead of the legal case, well then stop talking. The second point of MAGA losing patience is when they are directly insulted by insiders, like Mike Davis, a frequent guest on the Benny Johnson show, for example. Davis is a bona fide conservative attorney who is extremely active in going after communist active judges. Good for him. That said, he published a pretty insulting X post the other day telling the impatient MAGA world to, quote, STFU. I think you probably know what those initials stand for. That's an acronym for it. STFU. Told them that over their demands that arrests be made of the deep staters. So, as you might imagine, that didn't go over too well in MAGA world. His point was, this isn't a TV crime drama where, justice is just meted out in an hour with a few commercial breaks. That's true, of course. Of course, nobody thinks it's going to happen in 10 minutes. But the larger point for MAGA land is simply this. Stop saying and talking about justice where there is no indication it's about to be delivered. Why not just wait until warrants are issued and the commies are arrested? Perp walks, just bring them out in broad daylight. And MAGA has a point as well. What law enforcement agency publicly announces this guy's a crook and we're investigating him, or that guy's a traitor and we're opening an investigation against him? That's almost always done without comment until the arrests have been made. And that's the process as it is for obvious reasons. You don't tell the subject of your investigation that they're likely to be arrested soon. You don't tip your hand and give them time to plot. Sort of like when Trump said the military doesn't tell someone they're about to bomb them that they're about to bomb them. Looking at you, Iran. So just shut up, investigate, and arrest. MAGA is impatient because of how all of these cases are being handled. Either do something or don't. But stop with the relentless PR campaign. Look what we found. Oh, we're about to have justice, but nothing ever happens. Stop with all of that. And it reminds everybody who voted for Trump to bring justice about the same old Republican business as usual approach where lots of interviews happen, investigations are open, perjurious testimony is given before Congress, strongly worded letters are composed, more interviews on Fox and influencers, podcasts are all given. They just keep rolling on and on and on. And then, drum roll please, not a blessed thing happens to anyone in the communist deep state. Put up or shut up. Coming to you from Houston, Texas, I'm Gary Michael Voris. God love you.